Hi everyone, it's Roman from Acceleration. Today we are on the 5th part of our n8n training. This training is free on YouTube. If you have any question, you can ask us directly in the comments of this video. You can also contact us on our website acceleration.com. So last time we saw how to use the trigger directly on n8n, so how we can launch a workflow, and now the objective is to see how we can use a data table, so a native data table on n8n. So we are going to see two things: how to use it manually and how to use it directly in a workflow. So here you can see on our screen that we have, like, if you click on personal, you have the possibility to click on credential, execution on data table. If we click on data table, you can create a data table at the top right of your screen. I just have to put a name, so tests, acceleration, and we have the possibility to create it from scratch, or you can also import directly a CSV if you have a large amount of data and a large amount of columns. So here I create the data table, and you can see that I can create a row here and I can add a column. So if I add a column, we are going to add, like, for example, a full name. It's in type a string. I'm also going to create, I don't know, a last name, string also, and I'm going to create, I don't know, the company name. Up, company name, I think, yes, there's no space. It's a string. I have three properties: full name, last name, company name, and now I can create a row. So I'm going to put my name, Romain Cochard, my last name, Cochard, and a company name. So actually, acceleration. I create the first data table, I create my first row. Now we are going to check how to update it. How to update it manually is pretty easy. We just have to click on it, and, like, for example, I can put this, and I have acceleration. I update my row. Now, if I want to remove and clear my row, I just have to click here, and I can click on clear selection. So I clear the selection of my data table, and if I want to delete my row, I click on delete. And here I remove my row. Now, if I want to remove my data table, I just have to click here and click on delete and delete. Now it's good. Now we are going to see how to do that, but on our workflow. So I just have to create a new workflow. The first thing is, like, we are going to integrate a trigger, a manual trigger, like last time, because it's just for test and demo, so we don't have to use, like, more complex trigger, because we just want to launch the workflow when we click on this button. The first thing is we are going to put edit fields node, where we are going to put, like, I don't know, so the full name, the last name, and the company name. Okay, here I put my string, Romain Cochard, and acceleration. So I have everything here, and now I can launch my workflow. You can see in output, normally I have Romain Cochard, and acceleration. I'm going to pin this data because I don't want to touch it anymore. Now, what we have to do? The first thing is we have to create a data table to integrate this data. So we are going to create a data table, and after create a row. So I'm looking for data table. I have the possibility to create in the table actions, create a data table. And here I can put, like, I don't know, test acceleration. And in columns, I can put my full name, my last name, and the company. So, like the last time, we take the output of the edit field, so it's our input, and we just have to drag and drop on our case here. So here we have, oh no, not yet, sorry. Because here we just create the data table, we don't create the row yet. So no, we don't have for the moment to drag and drop, it's in the next step. So here we create the data table, and when we have created this data table, we can launch the workflow. We pin again this data because we don't want at each execution to create a data table. And here I can see that I create a data table and click on insert row. Here you can select the data table, but I don't know which ID is the data table because we just create it. So I just have to cell by ID and take my ID here to drag and drop here. And here I have the possibility to integrate my full name, my last name, and my company. And I just have to check my output from my edit fields to drag and drop here, here, and here. Normally, if I execute this step, you can see that I have normally create a row in my data table that we create also in my workflow. I'm going to check on my workflow. Normally, we have a new data table, and we have a row, Roman Cochard acceleration. Okay, that's cool. Now we want a second step. We want to update the company name. So what we are going to do, we are going to delete these two nodes and unpid this one. Just here, we are going to put, I don't know, a new name for acceleration, no, this one. And we are going to search a row firstly. So data table, we are going to search a row. The solution is get rows. We can add a filter to get a specific row. So I'm going to check here. So I choose my data table. So is this one. And I'm going to check like the company name I want equal to acceleration, because I want the row that I create just before here. So the company name is acceleration. And when I saw that, I want to update, donc update data table, update row. Here I cannot put directly, I can actually put the ID here, but we are just going to launch for these two nodes to check the output of this one. So if I launch it, I saw that I get an output here, and I have like, I can now know which row I can update. So I choose my data table test acceleration. In condition, I put ID equal to this ID. And now I can map and I can say which element I want to move and to update, and I want to update the company name. If I click on execute step, I saw on my data table that actually this is updated. And now we want the last part is we want to delete the row and delete the data table directly from our workflow. So what we are going to do, we are going to list firstly the row to get the row. So we are going to put like data table again. Firstly, the first link get row to search a row like last time. Take acceleration. Okay. We are going to say last time the condition. Company is equal to acceleration. And here we can see that we will have an output. Now we want to add the data table, remove delete row, and we choose the data table, test acceleration, and condition. We can put the company delete row condition. We can put the company equal to acceleration, but we can also put the ID equal to 1. And if I launch that, I saw normally that this row is deleted. Okay, and now we just have to delete the data table. So to do that, I'm just going to pin this data and put data table directly, delete a data table, delete. I can put by ID, but I can put directly my data table here actually. And if I execute, I saw that my data table is removed. So thank you for today. For the next time, we are going to see how we can manipulate data inside workflow. This was pretty cool to see how to use data table, because you will see like in other workflow after, when we are going to manipulate a lot of data, that we need this kind of data table, because it's pretty like quick to use it, and it's pretty easy because everything is the same like tool. So feel free to give us to send us a comment on this video, and if you have any question, you can also send us an email on our website Acceleration. Have a good day.